Hi beautifuls, Hannah from Reality Awareness. Welcome. I've been guided to do a series, so I'm a little bit excited about that. Just bear with me while I adjust this. Perfect. So I'm going to share this and then explain what we're doing, and I'm a little bit excited about it. If I just organize all of that. Cool. Let me bring this up here. A little bit nervous to talk about this topic, but this is what I'm being guided to talk about, is some pretty deep, big topics. So let me share this and I'm going to explain what we're doing and talk about it. So bear with me. So if you'll let me share, I'm just going to share it in one more place here. Hi, Angela from England. Lovely to have you here. Okay. Perfect. From Perth, welcome, Belle. Good lunchtime, it is lunchtime. Here, where I am. Okay, bring up the comments. Perfect. Haven't caught me live for a long time. Yay, well, welcome, Sandra. And Courtney from Virginia, awesome. Penny, okay. So, welcome, my name is Hannah from Reality Awareness. This may be your first time, or you might have seen me over the years, over the time that you've been watching me. So I've been guided to do something, and it's been I've been really sitting with this on such a deep level. I'm quite nervous to do this, but it just feels so what I'm supposed to do at this time. So what I'm going to do is this. So last week I did a psychic reading on ancestral healing, clearing, and karmic family stuff. This live stream is obviously about suicide. It's a very deep topic. It's a very big topic. It's a very triggering topic. There's a lot of people that have lost a lot of people to suicide, especially in the last couple of years with what's been going on. So this series that I'm going to do is that I'm going to be doing psychic readings for lots of different topics coming up. And I'm just trusting. I don't really know where this is leading. I do know where it's leading and I don't. It just keeps tapping me on the shoulder that I've got to do this. So I'm going to do it, and I'm starting with suicide. Well, I started with family and ancestral karmic healing last week. So today talking about suicide. And talking about it, you know, to people who have lost people from suicide, and then also talking about it to people who have suicidal thoughts. Now, there's a difference between like having suicidal thoughts and then acting on it, and then, you know, and just those thoughts that are quite constant in people's minds that nobody talks about, that is actually very common for people who carry a lot of trauma, who have been in a lot of trauma, who are in a very dark place for whatever reason, might have a lot of stress going on in their life for whatever reason is going on in their life. And it's something that, you know, it's a very important topic to talk about. So with this series that I'm doing about these psychic readings, I'm not doing one-on-one psychic readings on this call. I'm doing it as a general psychic reading for suicide, or like last week I did it on the ancestral family clearing. If you would like to book a private psychic reading, you can definitely do that. Just type in psychic and we'll send you the link where you can book for me to work one-on-one with me. Just know that whenever I do these live streams, there's always scammers that, you know, replicate my account. Please be mindful. I will never send you a personal message first. I will never friend request you. Please look at the grammar. It's not me, okay? There's scammers out there. Don't get scammed. If you would like to book a psychic reading with me, you go to my website, realityawareness.com, and you can find it under Work With Me. If you go to my Facebook page, you'll see it's actually posted on there. If you send me a private message, you know, I can send you the link, or type in psychic and I will send you a message. Just be like, I'll reply to your comment. Just be careful because like I said, there's scammers. Okay. So I will never friend request you, you'll know. And if you look at the grammar, okay. So we've covered that. If you would like to work one-on-one with me, there's 30-minute psychic readings. There's video calls, which can be really clearing and healing. And it's something that I'd recommend you do. There's also support here, and what I want you to know is that it's really important to know that this is such a deep topic and it's very taboo to talk about, right? But it's very real for people who carry a lot of trauma or who are under a fuckload of stress in their life to have suicidal thoughts. And what we have to understand, it's an energy. Yeah, it's an energy. And this is where it comes, and this is why I deeply entrust intuition to be able to travel the energy, but not act on it and understand what's actually happening, is that you are actually going through a death. A part of consciousness of your old life and your old self is dying, right? Like literally is what is happening, okay? So let me start pulling some cards. All right. So I'm just going to pull some cards for about psychic readings, about suicide. I'm not laughing at suicide. It's not a fucking topic to talk about. But you know, I guess I want to normalize dark thoughts in a sense that we're taught that there's something bad, something wrong with us. You know, and that's coming from a society who freaking like brushes shit under the carpet and doesn't talk about the stuff that actually needs to be fucking talked about. Let's be real. Like, you know, it's kind of like the things that we actually need to have a conversation about that, as I always say, conscious communication is very healing, right? Communication and conscious communication is so fucking healing. And yet, we're taught not to, don't talk about that bad stuff. Oh, there's something wrong with you. Go and see somebody. Because we can't have a conversation about it. There's just something wrong with you. You need to sort shit out. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to talk to you. Communicate. And it can be very, very debilitating. I think that's the right word. Okay. So let's check out what's coming up here in the cards for this suicide talk today. So, Christy, I'm curious why you're advertising that you're a spiritual life coach and a self-mastery coach on my live stream. Like, maybe you need to advertise that yourself on your page. I'm sorry, but you don't just come onto other people's pages and just advertise your own shit. Like, I'm being a bitch right now, but I'm also like, like, this is like, why would you do that? In a sense that this is what I do. Man, there's some really fucking powerful cards coming out here right now, guys, by the way. I'm an intuitive healer and life purpose mentor. You're not advertising. Yeah, don't know about that. You know, majority of the people, like, let's just be real here, okay? Like, anyone who comes to reality awareness is a healer. Plain and simple, yeah? Is an empath, is intuitive, is tapped in, right? And whether we actually do that for a business or not is literally like, this is what we do. This is why, I want to say this is why we have suicidal thoughts. Because we are not here to fit into a normal society. We are here to fucking build a new one. We're here to restore the magic that was lost, by the way, right? So it is tough being in a dark place, 100%, with nobody to reach out to. And this is the problem with society, that we're taught from a very young age that it's not okay to feel bad. That it's not okay to feel bad at all. And the reality is that life isn't like supportive for us to be happy. Like society is trained to be unhappy. Society is trained to be like kept in the dark, right? And people like us, we're here to fucking change that. We are here to change that. And this is a psychic reading for suicide. Let's have a look at this and I'll go through comments after. I'm going to pull out the cards in the right now, okay? In the right now cards is self-employment, yeah? You're a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. I pulled 3 decks, yeah? I'm using the Mermaids and Dolphins, and then the next row down is Angel Therapy, and the next row down, the bottom row, is the Daily Guidance from Angels. In the right now, self-employment, workshops and seminars, you're supposed to teach this stuff. And then this one, a life purpose. Yeah? See that? Life fucking purpose. A big part about suicide is that it can come from relationship breakup. It can come from financial stress. It can come from feeling left out in the cold. It can come from many different sources, okay? The reality is that somewhere along the line, you don't feel like you fit in. You don't feel like you are loved. And at that point of suicide, all those suicidal thoughts, just like, it's better not to be here. What's the point? There's no point in continuing. Why would I continue? Blah, blah, blah. And when you understand, right, when you understand that there is a part of you dying because there's a part of your old life that is no more and it has left you in some way, shape or form, and that's what's dying here. And it feels like death because it is. It's part of your consciousness. Like you're growing up. Something has changed. Something has changed in your life and it is not the same. Sometimes we can be like pushing through so much and then it's like in this space of like, oh my God, there is something so like, it can be like pushing us through, like something can happen and then we're like, okay, right, I'm going to sort my life out, and we're like push through, and then it hits this sort of point where we can't push through anymore, and it's just like it reaches this like bubbling head, and it's just like, and there's like that much stress and we're trying to hold it down, it's just like I can't cope, and it's like the way out is the way out, right? And it's like we can just hit these like waves of just so much darkness. But when you understand, number one, you're a healer, you're highly sensitive, and by the way, fucking everybody is, okay? Everybody is, and we're taught that we're not. We're taught that it's not okay, etc., etc. Reality is that we all are, yeah? And we're all born entrepreneurs. We all have amazing like ideas, inspiration. We are a specific species on this planet that has a gift that can change and transform reality, and that's why you don't fit in. That's why when you go and get a job, you'll rise quickly to the top. That's why when you when you go into a place, into a job, and you'll like fix everything up and you'll create all these new systems, sometimes that's really welcomed, and other times people are like, what the fuck are you taking over my workplace for? Why? Because you're a born entrepreneur. Yeah? Let's go back a little bit. Look at the past cards. Look, accept heaven's help. Accept heaven's help. You've prayed for help, so get out of the fucking way and let us help you, God. Angels. Emotional sensitivity. Confirming what I just said. You're highly sensitive. Yeah? Oh, look, confirming what I just said. Something has changed. Change in direction. Yeah? One of the very first things that I teach in Trust Intuition is that change brings on the grief cycle. And if you do not know how to navigate that or understand that even tiny little bits of change can create grief, and we bury that, it builds up and builds up and builds up and builds up and builds up. And it's scar layers, these scar tissues that are, you know, people talk about the layers of an onion. I talk about like scar tissue layers. Scar tissue is the core wounding or the core change that happened. And then scar. It's not that you didn't deal with it. It's not that, it's that you didn't have the right support around you to be able to heal from that core change in those moments. It's that you didn't know what to do with that, and so you just soldiered on. Very common in our society because we're not taught these skills. Okay, let's move forward to future. Okay, what to do about it. Yeah? Father healing. There is something that has changed in your life. Yeah? And this is birthing, okay? And the structure is changing in your life, okay? There's a consciousness is shedding. It's an old layer of consciousness shedding. Yeah? So father healing is like your personal power increases as you give any father related issues to heaven. So masculine is about structure, it's about routine, it's about creation, it's about moving forward, it's about stability and strength and that consistency, okay? Not all people experience masculine energy like that, but that's the healthy aspect of masculine. When there's a change, this structure is changing. What used to be stable is not anymore. Something has changed in your life and it is causing all these emotions to come up, and whether you're actually feeling them or not, you might not want to be here anymore because it's such a big change and you're so sensitive to it, and you've asked for something to help you, but you didn't ask for this. This is not what I asked for, right? Vacuum away fear. It is so important you understand energy, okay? If you are not clearing your energy, if you are not taking care of yourself, if you are not any of those things, those suicidal thoughts are going to hit you, okay? And I want to say, like, they can also hit you even though you're not taking care of, even though you're taking care of yourself, depending on what core trauma is surfacing, depending on what change just happened in your life, depending on what's going on, okay? Now, in those moments, there's a point where you just, but what's the point? And nobody can help you in those moments because you don't want it. The only person that can help you in those moments is you. And sometimes that's a really hard reality to bring home. Because even though you might be missing that person or want that thing or didn't want that change to happen or whatever, and you're just in this slump, at the same time, you also don't want help. Those suicidal thoughts, those very dark thoughts, come in at a point where you're just like, but I don't want you to help me. You know how they say you can feel alone in a crowded room. You can be with your family, your loved ones, your friends, and you can feel alone. Someone can be pouring their love into you and you don't feel it. But you still don't love me. But you still don't do this. But there's nothing that anybody can do. When we've got father healing, when we've got vacuum away fear, clearing energy, there's giving and receiving. And this is what I'm talking about. You might say you want help, but you actually don't let anybody in. There isn't an ebb and a flow. The figure 8 infinity symbol is a very visual, yeah? And when I teach about the chakras, it's like, say for the throat chakra, it's like there's an inflow and it crosses over and there's an outflow and it loops back around and it comes back in. It's an inflow and an outflow, right? Through all of our chakras, third eye, in, out. Some people don't agree with that. It's totally okay. Do what works for you. But when we're looking at those energy flow, even through the heart, you might be really good at helping other people or caring for other people. But when it comes to, oh, no, I'm good, thanks, I'm good. And do you know what that does? It drains all your energy out. There has to be an equal giving and receiving. Letting people in to help. Exactly, Vishna. Yeah? And if you don't work on that, nothing in your life will ever change. And these cycles of those suicidal thoughts, of that very dark space, will continue until you learn to open this. Because if you don't open to let this in, how is anybody else? Nobody can get in it. The light can't come in. We've all heard that saying, when there's a broken heart, like what the crack is and what the break is where the light gets in. But if you don't do that, if you don't start letting something or somebody in, how is that ever going to change? There's a thing about suicidal thoughts, is that when we are carrying other people's energy and we're giving and we're giving and we're giving, but we're not letting anyone in. We might be taking care of ourselves, but we're also not letting anyone else take care of us. But the reality is that if we can take care of ourselves, but energetically we're really not, because we've got this big wall up, so nothing can come in. Yeah? Let's get this off my phone. So, when we look at what you're hoping for, but what you're scared of, you want it, but I'm scared of it, right? We have empowerment. You're hoping to feel strong and powerful and come out of this, but you're also fucking scared of your power, Father healing. You're waiting around for other people to come and rescue you, but you're also fucking holding it back. Okay? This is your power, okay? Something changed in your life. Your life purpose is awakening. You're here to teach and help other people. You're an entrepreneur. That's why you have amazing fucking ideas and you're incredible, okay? You're not here to fit into society. You're here to create a new one, okay? Fucking own it. It's all in the right now. It's what's happening now, your life purpose. Whoops, life purpose, okay? But that change has created a structural change. It's your power, okay? It's your personal power that will enable you to step up and take your power back and open your heart and feel safe. Feel safe in your power. If you do not feel safe in how fucking powerful you are, you will not be able to cope with change, okay? And you're hoping for it. You want to be empowered, okay? You're more powerful than you realize, okay? The issue isn't about letting someone in, letting them out, helping them, putting boundaries up. This is not about the issue. The issue is you're so fucking powerful, you haven't owned it. And the world feels like it's crushing down on you. You are so powerful beyond measure. You have a voice here to help change the consciousness and shift the consciousness of the world. Hence why, like, out of 3 different decks, the self-employment, the workshops and seminars, and the life purpose cards, I mean, like, come on. You guys saw me pull these cards at the start and shuffle them, etc. You're so fucking powerful. You have a voice that can change the world, and you're fucking too busy, like, worrying about that shit in the past. You haven't taken back your power to be able to stand up and speak your truth and actually have that communication. And if you can't with that person, we'll write a fucking book about it, because there's people out there that will benefit from it. Because this is what comes in from that, is shower of abundance, opportunities, the light comes back in. You can come back into your power and feel like fucking good about your life again. Better than what you did before. There's definitely a grieving process that goes on, and I'll talk about that in a moment. The final outcome, consultant expert, mediumship, and an opportunity to forgive. Now, I'm not here telling you about going to have a conversation with somebody and like go and forgive them, right? That's not what I'm talking about here. This is not what this forgiveness is about here. When I talk about forgiveness and being able to forgive someone, you must be able to heal what's going on and what went on about that situation, okay? The change in direction, because as I always say, fuck forgiveness, because if you're trying to, oh, I better forgive them. Oh, well, they were just doing their best, but I'm really angry inside. It's like, you need to heal that, because if you don't, this will never happen. Consultant expert. This is what I'm training my healers at Reality Awareness in. This is what I teach in Trust Intuition. This is why I've opened a training school about trusting your intuition and the depths that it takes to navigate the emotional turmoil that society has been trained in, and is why there's so many fucked up people in the world, right? And I say that with love and care, meaning they're told they're crazy, they're told they're too much, they're told that these people are fucking leaders and they don't have leaders to lead them. If you feel like nobody has ever heard or understood you before, you need to book a session with myself or someone that's been trained through Reality Awareness, or someone who understands the depths of these emotions. The biggest thing about being heard is that most of us haven't been. And to understand that these dark, negative thoughts can be infiltrated through so many different means. AI, mind control, carrying somebody else's negative emotions that you haven't cleared your energy because you don't know how to, because you're so fucking closed off, because you're too busy taking care of everybody else and not about yourself because, well, why am I fucking important? Because nobody cares about me anyway. Nobody loves me. What's the fucking point, Hannah? There's no point. Right? And if you don't feel the depth of that, you will never be able to come out of it. And this is what I'm talking about. If you don't have somebody who can hold space for you, okay, and tell you it's okay to be that angry and that pissed off and that not heard, if you do not have somebody that can help you with that, you're going to be stuck forever. And this will never happen. Because at the end of the day, this is what you really want. This is what you want. You want to be heard. You want somebody to just fucking care. Why doesn't anybody care about me? Because that's what it feels like. And that's why, what's the fucking point, Hannah? Why do I even want to be here? What is the point? Consultant expert, final outcome, mediumship, opportunity to forgive. This is about your psychic abilities. This is about understanding not intuition, but also emotions. This is the depth here. Yeah, this is the depth. And this is where there's a gap in society about helping people with this, and this is where we need the most help. People are literally drowning in their own emotions. Okay, final outcome cards. They're the final outcome cards, but this is the overlying cards, okay? Waves of prosperity. Now, this is another deck. We got shower of abundance. So when it feels like there's nothing, the waves always come back. The waves always come back. Prosperity. What is it? Dawn always follows darkness. Those cycles. Day always follows night. You know what I'm trying to say. The sun always rises. The sun will rise again. Yeah? The good times come back. The ebb and flow comes back. The hardest parts of any stress, relationship breakup, career change, financial loss, anything always comes back. Why? Because it's a cycle. But if you do not heal at the depth of that darkness, you will never be able to experience that light again when it's knocking on your fucking door and waiting for you to come out and receive me. It'll just go very dark again, and we know where those dark thoughts go. Yeah? The cycles of life are natural. We are born, we're toddlers, we're children, we're puberty, we're teenagers, we're mini adults, we're older, it's a fucking cycle. It keeps going, and if you do not know how to ride it, and if you do not understand how to work through these fears, and if you do not understand how to get to the depths of it, you will never come out of it. You must be supported by the correct people, because the wrong people will send you down further. The correct people know how to hold you in this so that you can experience the light again once more. So, bottom cards of the deck. Waves of prosperity. Third eye chakra, funny about that. Understanding your intuition, understanding the dynamics of energy. My entire third eye chakra course is built on understanding the depths of energetics of relationships. If there was one word to describe third eye chakra, it's relationships, but it's actually two. Truth. The truth. Your intuition, understanding energetics, understanding the relationship dynamics, and this is deep in understanding the emotions and how they intertwine. If you can imagine like a big ball of string all mangled and tangled up, this is your thoughts creating all this energy, and the energy is like, which one came first, chicken or the egg? Oh my God, it's too much, get me away. You must understand how to work through this. Okay, this is what I teach. This is what I teach, preach, blah, blah, blah. So, waves of prosperity, third eye chakra, and blessing in disguise. It does not feel like a blessing in disguise when we're in it, okay? And it's okay to be in it and just go, this is so fucked up, okay? And be around people who get it, okay? My Reality Awareness Support Group on Facebook is my free group where you can be supported. If you want extra help, if you like, you have to be ready to be able to go to this depth, okay? This is what I do. This is what I help my clients with. This is my gift, okay? To see through the darkness so that you can get to this. Okay. Is there anything else that I need to say about this? Yeah. These thoughts, when it's a cycle, okay? Day and night, day and night. We bleed once a month. You know, men go into caves. Like, it's a process. And if we don't understand this process, like, you know, the moon has cycles, like everything cycles. So does our emotions. We're not supposed to be flatlined all the time. It's like, you know, it's okay to be up and down. Like, people call that ADHD. It's called, like, how about you, like, understand the energetics of emotions and how intuition and all the intertwinements. Okay? If you need support, please reach out, send me a private message. I can let you know what is available. I've opened up many offerings for October for moving forward to be able to help you. So send me a message if you need help. My psychic protection course is available. I also just released that as well. You can click on the link in the title of this live stream. You'll see it advertised on my page as well and on my website, so you can check that out. We'll be doing deep in understanding, like, you know, your psychic protection. There's a lot of people that are telling me that psychic protection doesn't work anymore. These tools don't work anymore, Hannah. And it's like, well, as consciousness is changing, as you're changing, yeah, the old shit doesn't work. That's what we've just been talking about, right? It's a change in direction. So, can check out the link on my page. I've got to jump off to jump in with my client now, so I'm not ignoring your comments. I will come back and answer them on text. So I need to get to my client now. So I will speak to you very soon, and I'll be back more for this series of a psychic reading 4. Sending you love. You're not alone, and your emotions are normal. You just need to know how to ride them, okay? And Simba has come to say, all the self-love is required. Cats are self-love in the liquid crystals. They're rhodochrosite. I love you guys. See you soon.